This is everything you need to know about turning off your airbag light, from what's actually causing it to when you can fix it yourself and when you're wasting your time trying. That little warning light on your dashboard isn't just annoying, because when it's illuminated, your entire airbag system may be completely disabled. Driver fatalities drop by 29% in frontal crashes when airbags work properly, and that number climbs to 61% when combined with seatbelts. What I'm about to show you matters more than most people realize. Here's the reality that trips everyone up. Most modern vehicles require a scanner to reset this light. No secret button combination exists, and there's no magic fuse to pull. But certain older vehicles do allow manual methods that actually work, and I'm going to walk you through exactly which ones and how to do it. First, though, you need to understand what's happening inside your car when that light comes on. SRS stands for Supplemental Restraint System, which is the network controlling your airbags, and it's managed by something called the Airbag Control Module. Think of it as a small computer that constantly monitors every component in the system. Every time you start your car, the system runs a self-check, and that's why the light illuminates for about 3 to 6 seconds before turning off. When it stays on, flashes, or doesn't illuminate at all, the system has detected a fault. The module monitors internal circuitry, power supply, crash sensors in the front and sides, seat occupancy sensors, seat belt pretensioners, the clock spring in your steering column, and all the wiring connecting everything together. And here's where it gets important. You need to understand the difference between soft codes and hard codes. Soft codes indicate component faults like a disconnected sensor, a worn clock spring, or low battery voltage, and these can be cleared with a consumer-grade scanner after you've made the repair. Hard codes store actual crash data, similar to an airplane's black box. When your vehicle has been in an accident and the system recorded deployment data, a handheld scanner cannot clear that information. Professional reprogramming or module replacement becomes your only option. This is why clearing the code without diagnosing the problem first accomplishes nothing, because if the underlying issue isn't fixed, that light comes right back on. Before you try to reset anything, you need to understand what typically triggers this light, and the causes might surprise you. Clock springs fail more often than any other component. This ribbon cable inside your steering column maintains electrical connection to your steering wheel while allowing it to rotate. And every time you turn the wheel, this cable winds and unwinds. After about 80,000 miles or more, wear starts to show. The telltale signs include the airbag light coming on alongside a dead horn, non-functional cruise control, and unresponsive steering wheel buttons. Seat occupancy sensor failures rank second on the list. A sensor map built into your seat cushion detects whether someone is sitting there and how much they weigh, which determines whether the passenger airbag should deploy. These sensors wear out from people constantly sitting down and getting up. And here's the painful part. On many vehicles, this sensor is integrated into the seat cushion itself. Replacement costs range anywhere from $200 to $7,000, depending on the make. Connector issues under the seats account for approximately 70% of common airbag light causes, according to industry sources, which makes this worth checking first. Moving your seats forward and backward loosens or damages wiring connections over time, and items stuffed under seats can pinch wires. Before you spend money on anything, slide your seats all the way back, grab a flashlight, and check those connectors. Other causes include low battery voltage, since the system sets codes when your battery drops below 9 volts, along with previous accident damage, faulty impact sensors, water damage, and aftermarket stereo installations that disturb SRS wiring. Now let's talk about the reliable way to handle this, which means using a diagnostic scanner. But here's what trips people up. That basic $50 OBD2 scanner you bought to read check engine lights cannot access your airbag system. Those scanners only read engine and powertrain codes, which are called P codes. Airbag systems use manufacturer-specific B codes and communicate through the body computer. You need a scanner that explicitly says it supports SRS or airbag systems, and the price tiers break down like this. Entry-level SRS scanners run $70 to $100, with the Autel AutoLink AL619 at around $79 to $90, standing out as a solid choice for basic airbag code reading and clearing. The Blue Driver Bluetooth Pro at $70 to $120 works with your smartphone and covers Ford, GM, Toyota, BMW, and Honda without any subscription fees. Mid-range options from $100 to $300 give you more capability, and the Foxwell NT630 Plus at $140 to $175 earns its reputation as a top pick for DIYers because it handles ABS and SRS with bidirectional testing. One limitation to know about: it cannot clear collision-related crash codes. Professional-level tools run $350 and up, offering full system access and ECU programming capabilities. The actual process works like this. Your OBD2 port sits under the dashboard on the driver's side, left of the steering column. Turn your ignition to on without starting the engine, connect the scanner, and let it establish communication. Select your vehicle's make, model, and year, then navigate to the SRS or airbag module. Select read codes and record everything that comes up. And this part matters most. Diagnose and repair whatever problem those codes indicate before you clear anything. Once the repair is complete, select clear codes and confirm. Turn off the ignition, wait 10 seconds, restart, and take it for a test drive. When the light stays off, you're done. But if it comes back immediately, either the repair wasn't successful or you're dealing with hard codes that need professional attention. Now for the methods that don't require a scanner, and I need to be upfront with you. These only work on specific older vehicles and only for soft codes. When your car is from 2010 or later, these methods probably won't work. The most reliable manual method applies to Nissan and Infiniti vehicles from roughly 1999 to 2015, including Altima, Maxima, Sentra, Murano, 350Z, G35, and others. The procedure goes like this. Turn your key to on without starting the engine and watch the airbag light, which stays on for about 7 seconds before it blinks off. Within 1 second of that light going out, turn the key off and wait exactly 5 seconds. Repeat that entire sequence 2 more times for a total of 3 cycles, then turn the key on. The light should now blink slower, indicating diagnostic mode. Turn the key off, wait 5 seconds, turn it back on, and the light should stay off. Timing here is critical because you must turn off within 1 second of the light extinguishing. For older Honda and Acura vehicles from 1990 to early 2000s, including Accords, Civics, and Del Sols, there's the MS connector method. MS stands for Memory Array Signal, and it's a yellow 2-pin connector under the dashboard near the fuse box. A paper clip lets you jumper those pins together. Then you follow a specific sequence of connecting and disconnecting while watching the SRS light. 2 quick flashes indicate a successful reset. Pre-2000 Toyotas have a terminal jump method using the diagnostic connector, but the procedure involves precise timing that's difficult to execute correctly. The battery disconnect method has very limited effectiveness and only works for soft voltage-related codes on the oldest vehicles. If you want to try it, disconnect the negative terminal first, wait 15 to 30 minutes, then reconnect. But know that you'll need to re-enter your radio code, reset your clock, and recalibrate your power windows afterward. Pulling the SRS fuse follows the same pattern, possibly clearing soft codes temporarily while anything stored in non-volatile memory stays put. Certain vehicles definitely require a scanner with no exceptions. BMW falls into this category across all models, along with every Volkswagen and Audi, which need VCDS or OBD11 software. Hyundai, Kia, and Subaru all require scanners, as do most Ford and GM vehicles from 2000 onward, and essentially everything manufactured after 2010. Sometimes DIY isn't the answer, and that's okay. When your scanner shows crash data or hard codes, a consumer tool cannot clear that information. Professional module reset services typically cost $50 to $150, while module replacement runs $400 to $1,200. Common repair costs break down like this. Clock spring replacement runs $300 to $600, including labor. Seat occupancy sensors vary wildly from $200 to $2,500, with some Nissan dealers quoting $2,000 to $2,500 because the entire seat needs replacement. And front impact sensors typically cost $200 to $600. Professional diagnostic scans usually run $50 to $150, with a full SRS system diagnosis costing $100 to $300. Let me leave you with some numbers that underscore why this light actually matters. Frontal airbags saved 70,059 lives through 2019, according to NHTSA data, with 4,330 saved in 2019 alone. During a crash, airbags deploy in less than 1/20th of a second when sensors detect deceleration equivalent to hitting a rigid barrier at 10 to 16 miles per hour, depending on whether you're wearing your seatbelt. When that warning light stays on, all of that protection may be gone. Airbags might not deploy, seatbelt pretensioners might not function, and you're essentially driving without a critical safety net. One more thing worth checking. The Takata airbag recall affects 67 million airbags across 34 brands, making it the largest automotive recall in history. Defective inflators can rupture and shoot metal shrapnel into the cabin, with 28 deaths and over 400 injuries in the U.S. attributed to this defect. You can check your VIN at nhtsaa.gov/recalls. The bottom line comes down to this: diagnose before you clear. Just resetting the light without fixing the problem means it's coming right back, and the safety issue remains. For vehicles 2010 and newer, plan on using a scanner. The Autel AL619 at around $80 offers your most cost-effective entry point. The Blue Driver works well for smartphone users. And serious home mechanics should consider the Foxwell NT630. Plus at $140 to $175 for the best value. Older Nissans and Hondas respond to the manual methods I described, but everything else requires a scanner as your only reliable option. That 29 to 61% fatality reduction is real, and it disappears the moment your system gets disabled. When you're dealing with hard codes from crash data, professional diagnosis at $75 to $150 costs far less than the consequences of driving with a safety system that won't protect you when you need it most. If this helped you out, hit that like button. Drop your questions about your specific vehicle in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.